You're right about teams switching off. 20 minutes doesn't seem like a long time, but it is in these small-sided games. You have to maintain concentration at all times as Young drives forwards. He's got a Budarev for company, doesn't need him as he strikes low, left-footed. Again, Svedis Kula, relatively comfortable one for him. Falls on it. Very competent keeper, the Latvian. Ball breaks for Bulvitis, who then tumbles to the turf, clutching his shin, and Latvia will make a string of changes, 5 of them in fact, just shy of half-time. 30 seconds to go.
Pacowns comes on, looks a very physically imposing striker. Takes up a position in the penalty area.
Napsis, a bleached blonde hair, chips it towards the back post. Chance for Latvia. Excellent defending there from Ben Morrison. Threw himself at the ball. It was Pacowns.
Yeah, that was an uneven contest between the two of them.
It was, but he's got the heart of a lion. Does Ben Morrison. Threw himself in front of the big Latvian. Hooks clear, and that will be the final action of a first half. A first half that's seen plenty of chances, Scoop. None converted, but Australia will be happy with the work they've done at half-time. Sam Young with a couple of really good sighters. And it's 0-0, but it's by no means a boring encounter.
No, great opportunity, as we've been saying, for both of these sides. They haven't made the breakthrough. Australia with the better chances, you'd have to say. James Young had a couple of those. The first was a real golden opportunity, which drew a save from the keeper. And John Stamberleaf, he also had a right-footed shot where he possibly should have done a little bit better. So it's 0-0 at half-time.
0-0 at the break. We'll be back bringing you all the second half action from our second game of the day. Both teams emerge for the second half in this Group F encounter. Australia versus Latvia, 0-0. The score at the break as the Brazilian side just have some fun with the Omani fans in the stands. The Omanis giving the Brazilians their kumas, their traditional caps. And the Brazilians putting on a show, dancing. Great fun. Yeah, really good to see kind of cultures collide and come together, Scoop, isn't it?
Well, it's the universal language of football, a language we all speak.
Early chance here for Latvia. Poked wide. Vittelniks it was with the opportunity. Stabbed her foot at it.
Great chance. Should have done better.
Dorsey Sands just tosses it. Kurt Elbra out of his path. Referees say no wrongdoing.
Interesting introduction just before half-time of Pacowns. He looks an imposing figure up front. I think the biggest player we've seen in this tournament, the number 20 for Latvia. Could be an aerial option if Latvia decide to go that way.
A zone 8, that's a neat ball over the top, and all of a sudden Elijah Housen strikes it, pounds the chest of Svedis Kula. True full-blooded drive. Elijah Howe.
Perfect position from the goalkeeper, taking up a position at his near post. Don't think he knew too much about it, but he was perfectly positioned.
Elbra spins well. Ask questions of Dorsey Sands, questions that the Latvian answers. Here's Romandi, tricky, jinky player for the Aussies. Made his debut at 18 years old. Behnam Romandi, 19. Now, such a young age, important to have that youthful energy. And here he is, latching onto the ball. Romandi, he's done well to twist and turn, drags it back, chance for a shot, just pulls it at the crucial moment. Well, I was just talking about the youthful exuberance of Romandi, and he did well there.
Good endeavour in that left-hand channel from Romandi. Got his shot in. Great effort, perseverance. Australia pressing in the early stages of this second half.
He already has one goal to his name, does Romandi. Almost added a second. Neat touchdown. Worked around the corner and all of a sudden things open up. And we have the opener just seconds before. Behnam Romandi had a golden opportunity, but such is the brutal nature of soccer. Play moves down the other end, breaks for Christian Corsacks, who gets his second of the tournament, lifting it over a helpless Shane Watson and into the back of the Australian net. 1-0 the score, Scoop.
Corsacks, no mistake whatsoever. He wasn't going to spurn that opportunity, and decisively he's put the Latvians in front. It's Australia 0, Latvia 1.
The same tough story for Australia. They missed chances against Albania, were punished. And as it stands, they're being punished here for the same sin by Latvia. They've had their opportunities, 2 so far in this second half. They might have another here as Azone strides forward, scooped into his path. And there's the equaliser. Just seconds between the 2 goals. And it's Romandi with a delicious scoop ball into the path of Nick Azone, who's looked dangerous all game. And he just clips it past Svedis Kula in the Latvia goal. Australia strike back.
Azone did ever so well. Great run from him. Fine finish. 2 goals in a minute between the 23rd and 24th minute. And it's level again.
Not an easy one to get a hold of that when you're running full tilt, ball's dropping. Easy to miss control, not get the connection. But Azone made no mistake. Spirited Australia, never say die.
Perfect response.
Second half off to a flyer. 4 minutes in and we've seen 2 goals. One for each side. Flick round the corner. Cleverly by Stanbelief. Australia have their tails up now. George Hart with the kick in. Breaks for a Budareb. Strike comes in all of a sudden. The keeper's in a foot race. It's one the Latvian forward has won. Well, it was Korsaks, the scorer, who found himself bearing down on the goal of Shane Watson. Won the contact before the keeper, but could only steer it around the post.
Great opportunity there from Korsaks. He's causing the Australians a few problems. And
exciting pace to this one now, and it's Korsaks again. George Hart does well. Crucial tackle from him. As I say, man originally hailing from London, switched to sunnier shores, and can't blame him, Scoop, can you? Australia's a lovely place. Zaloos cuts it back. Another fierce effort from Korsaks.
Great curling effort there. That was only just over the bar. Both sides finding their range now.
Yeah, and he's got that star quality, hasn't he? Christians Korsaks.
As for George Hart, he's played a decent standard of football. The 5th tier in England.
Loose ball from Stanbelief.
Braintree and Grays Athletic, both decent sides in the National League back in the UK. That's a good standard of football.
Certainly is. Sveders Kula spins it to the turf. Clips one up towards Vittelnieks, who does well to win the header. Can't get the direction. Australia take the chance to make a couple of substitutions. Sam Young and Ben Morrison re-entering the fray.
I'm just wondering what the national diet is in Latvia. Does it contain a lot of protein? Very physically imposing.
Either that or there's something in the water.
Yeah,
because they've got some giants. That's a clever pass from Budareb. Saw the run of Matt Casali cutting across the face of goal. Not a million miles off. Sveders Kula again chips down the touchline. Neat touch from Napsis, who looks deceptively like Christians Korsaks, doesn't he? Similar haircut. Maybe they've got the same barber.
At least they need the barber.
Sam Young back on the ball. Watson sorts his feet out. Sells a Budareb slightly short, but he does well to scramble it half clear, but Latvia pick it up. Australia snapping back into their ranks. Dordzisans over it. Jokst is their skipper once more. Interception from the ever busy Matt Casali. Kowalski challenges with Stanbelief.
Went down a little too easily there.
He did, and I think that's the point that Stanbelief is making to the officials.
Uneven contest in terms of physicality, but Latvia won the free kick.
And it's their number 9. Ravis Vittelnieks standing over it, and he's joined by Kowalski. Napsis in the centre. Does fine, Napsis. Pings straight back to him. It's a neat chip into the box, but Shane Watson's a big man, and he'll pluck those out the sky all day long. Morrison, yet to see his brother James into the field. He is kitted up. Watson plays it slightly behind Casali, who manages to sort his feet out and chip it down the line, and the game's just settled back into a little bit more of a steady rhythm after that crazy 5 minutes or so at the start of the second half.
Yeah, game burst into life. Korsaks with the opener for Latvia. Nikazoni levelling things for Australia almost instantaneously.
We'll have a short pause after this one to let the midday sun settle. And then we'll be back local time 3 p.m. for Croatia versus Argentina. Still 10 minutes to go in this one though.
This is going to be an interesting 10 minutes. These two teams playing in the heat of the day. you'd think the tiredness might become a factor as we edge towards the end of this game.
Lots of goals after that 38-minute mark have gone in. This Oman World Cup. Stand belief on the halfway line for Australia. Such a busy, tidy player, and he's done well there to trick his way around a couple. Flicks it towards his teammate, Sam Young. Can't find him. That's a neat ball. Over to Zalous. Exchanges passes with Napsis and then takes a tumble. Latvia have a free kick. Dangerous position, Scoop. Ben Morrison, the man who gave it away.
Shane Watson barking instructions at his defence. That's what you want from a keeper. Taking charge of the penalty area. Telling his defenders what to do.
Some teams at this World Cup have only bought the one keeper. Australia are blessed with two very good ones. Christian's Corsacks. He's got two so far at this World Cup. Can he add to it? Opts for the pass. And I was just praising Australia's keepers. And it's a smart stop from Shane Watson, who got down low.
Got down well at his near post. Good effort on target. Shane Watson equal to it.
Corsacks will chip this in with those There, yellow boots, and it's a loose control, and Stanbelief is through on goal. Can he finish? Great save from Svennis Kula. Well, there was a tug of his shirt as he ran through on goal. That's the point he's making. He's absolutely correct. Still managed to get the shot away, but it was smothered by Svennis Kula.
Very much a tug of the shirt. Perhaps the referees considering it's not quite significant enough to deny him a goal-scoring opportunity. But Stanbelief entitled to be aggrieved.
Strike there from Ben Morrison, and the point he's making as he's just charged past Stanbelief is that he's lost his momentum thanks to that shirt pull. And it was clear as day. He had a good handful of Stanbelief's shirt. As I say, still managed to get the effort off, but Australians still protesting with our officials. They want that looked at. They want a yellow card. He's put him off, is the message from their player coach, James Morrison. And Scoop, I'm inclined to agree, because it was a hefty tug as Stanbelief raced clear.
Morrison, the coach for Australia, making that point robustly. But it's gone, it's done. They've got to get on with the game.
Will that be a sliding doors moment? Another big opportunity for Australia.
Can't let it affect your concentration. Get on with the game. The game's still there to be won.
Svennis Kula charged down by Kurt Elbra. Good pressure from the Australian forward, forces him into a mistake.
Shows how much it means to the teams.
Always good to see a little bit of passion.
The Iranian coach demonstrated a lot of passion, if you recall.
Always occasions that spills over. Shane Watson striding forward. Sam Young now.
Interesting, some keepers come forward routinely out of their box. Not the case with Shane Watson.
No, I think he knows his limitations, Shane Watson. Excellent in and around that penalty area. But maybe not the Lucas Betts mould. Of course, the Germany keeper scored two absolute screamers yesterday. And if you haven't seen them, then download the International Soccer Federation app, where you can get all the highlights, because they are well worth watching. Let me assure you of that.
And if you're looking at today's highlights, just take a look at those Brazilians from today.
Always entertainment value, and that's an excellent run from Romandi. Did all the hard work. Just couldn't get any meaningful contact on that shot. But he's a live wire, Romandi, isn't he?
Certainly is. But I think the difference between the two teams we're seeing here now, Australia and Latvia, and some of the other teams, the top teams, is that little bit of quality in the final third.
Latvia come forward. Hopeful cross from Ravis Vittelnieks.
Great control from Bacalms there. Ball driven into him. He did well to keep it under control and lay it off.
What do they say? Good feet for a big man.
And he is a very big man.
Watson with a neat pass. Latvia intercept, and it's Napsis nodding the ball off to Vittelnieks. Slightly behind him, stretched out a right boot, tried to side foot it goalwards. A half chance there for Latvia.
Presentable opportunity. Spurned.
Zone 8, the goal scorer back on the pitch for Australia. Ramandi, now Kurt Elbra trying to bundle away through. Resolute Latvian backline.
It'll be interesting to see if either of these two sides, with 5 minutes to go, goes for it and tries the rush goalkeeper approach to try and grab the win.
Well, as you say, we find ourselves in a group where really anyone could escape. Peru bust it wide open yesterday.
Fortune favours the brave.
It does, and we found that out thanks to Peru's goalkeeper. He was brave enough to take 2 chances and score 2 quite incredible goals yesterday.
And Kazakhstan as well, fair play to them. They were looking at potential elimination from the tournament. Took off their goalkeeper, went with the rush goalkeeper, and that arguably got the win for them.
Of course, last year in SN, 3 teams progressed from each group, only 2 this year. It's a harsher format, a more unforgiving one. One these 2 sides will be aware of as they look to find the winner in these last 4 minutes. Latvia stride over the halfway line. Met by Australian bodies. But he does well to maintain possession. Jokst. There's their goal scorer. Corsaks. Back to Sveders Kula in the goal. Corsaks can't bring it down. Sliding challenge, yep. The referee agrees. Free kick to Australia. Of course, you can't slide in soccer. Zone 8, the man who drew Australia level. An excellent finish. Following a scoop from Benam Ramandi, their spark, and that's a turn from a Zone 8. And they'll see him run shoulder to shoulder with Corsaks, who does well to shepherd him.
Those two enjoying a little physical battle. Within the rules, it has to be said, but it's a physical challenge between the two of them. Played in good spirit.
Yeah, little hug afterwards and a smile between one another. Always nice to see. Latvia with a kick in then. 2.5 minutes to play. Ben Morrison rises well. Stan Belief had that excellent opportunity. One shrouded in controversy. He has a good chunk of his shirt grabbed as he raced through on goal. Shane Watson striding forward. Slightly wasteful that from the Aussies.
Well, 2 minutes to go. The game is in the balance. Do you stick or do you twist? If you want to progress, you'd think you've got a twist.
Fine interception from Stan Belief. And that's a neat turn from Ramandi. Chance for him to shoot. Flashes another one goalwards. Angle was against him. He was forced slightly wide.
Stan Belief felt he should have received the cross. Lurking at the far post.
He's got magic in those boots though, hasn't he, Ramandi? Can beat a man. And a cross from us, Scoop. Those travelling Australia fans, they'll be keen to see their team find a winner. Not 1, not 2, but 3 Australian flags.
Yeah, they don't have a band though, do they?
They don't have the band. We've seen a saxophone, megaphones, the lot.
Yeah, the loud
here in
hailers
Muscat.
are great.
Good touchdown from Abudareb. And here could be an opening for Australia. Ramandi again makes his way to the byline, looks to pull it back across. Sveders Kula sticks out a heel.
Great lung-bursting run from Stan Belief, straining every sinew to get in the box and make himself available. I think he was a little bit frustrated he didn't get the cross. He's the danger man for Australia as we enter the final stages of this game.
Certainly got an engine on him, hasn't he, Stan Belief? Gives Australia everything he's got. Break on here for Latvia, and if they use it well, it's a 3-on-2. Napsis goes round his man. And there's the finish. Deflected into the path of Ravis Vittelnings. And again, it looks like it's set to be late heartbreak for the Australians. They conceded late on against Albania, and they've conceded late on against the Latvians. All of a sudden, a 3-on-2 picture opened up. Napsis looked like he'd made the wrong decision initially, but his cross deflected into the path of Vittelnings, who from the tightest of angles, and with Shane Watson all at sea, rolls it into the back of an empty net. 2-1 Latvia.
Right at the death as well. Latvia are thrown men forward. They made a rash of substitutions to try and nick it, and they've got the decisive goal.
Ramandi with the cross, Ben Morrison rising. Australia know they need something. They've been well in both their Group F games so far, yet they could well find themselves without a solitary point come the end of this one. Shane Watson miscontrols. He's in the Latvia half. Smash clear, seconds to go. We've passed our allotted 40 minutes into added time. And there's the full-time whistle. And it is late heartbreak for the Socceroos. They were in this game all the way. They had their chances. They would have been well worthy of a point. But it's another gut punch. And Latvia collect the 3 points. A late goal, a late strike from Vittelnings. They celebrate wildly on the pitch. And that will leave a sour taste in the Australians' mouths, won't it, Scoop?
Vittelnings the hero. These two teams really, one of them had to win it. The game was up for grabs, one apiece going on to into the final minute. Latvia made a whole host of substitutions, and is they who have grasped the initiative and put themselves right back in this competition. And Australia now will face an uphill battle to have a chance of progressing to the knockout stages.
Well, I'll let you go, Scoop, because you're going to try and grab someone pitch side. Late drama here in Group F. Latvia at the death, registering their first 3 points of the 2024 Soccer World Cup here in Muscat, Oman. We're going to take a brief pause now, but we'll be back at 3 o'clock local time, where Croatia face Argentina.
Jubilation in the Latvia camp. Yanis, you went for it, and you've got the 3 points.
Yeah, it was really hard game because right now I think in our home country it's like +1, +2 degrees. So playing in 11 in the morning was more of a not a football game, but who wants it more? And I think we showed that we want more because in the same time, keeper, I know he saved us 3-4 times. We owe him like bucket of beer. But yeah, I don't know what it was, 39th or 2 minutes before the end of the time we score and first victory because against Mexico we felt like Australia today and now we feel good.
Well, all credit to you because the game was there for the taking, one apiece, and you made a whole host of substitutions right at the end, and it paid off. It was the last minute.
Yeah, and then I was running to the right side. This is my 5th World Cup, and I was thinking, okay, this is probably my last run, and I need to be there if the ball goes, and thankfully it didn't, and it went through the left side, and Rive scored. So, and yeah, we're looking forward right now to Peru and Albania. We need to win those 2 games and go out of the group.
Did you feel you had to get the win to progress?
Yes, we actually had the mentality to win today, like in every game, because whenever we felt in the second half there was 1-1, and I was thinking to myself, we just need to win because then you have to start calculating. Let's play football like our game and not calculate what happens in the table.
And as you were saying, for Northern Europeans, there's a temperature differential of about +30. What factor were the conditions today?
It was a factor, and we kind of laughed about it, but because Australia probably felt like playing in a hometown or something like that. But the weather only makes you stronger. You know, actually sometimes when it's too comfortable, you kind of go down a little bit, and we cheer each other up, and we had the feeling that this is our tournament.
And Latvia hopes for the tournament. What are your aspirations?
We need to go through. This is the 5th World Cup, and we always stopped right at the playoff first round. So the main goal is the final. If you don't play for the win of the championship, why do you play at all?
Well done. Congratulations. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yes, because the ball is over there. My position, somewhere there, somewhere. At first, yeah, I have to check the corner. After that, like this, somewhere there. And be careful, maybe there is a holding. If he starts the game, you can, it's not allowed to do this, no. If you are here, you cannot see this. But I'm here.